The UK's gyms are bulging and British men are getting bigger over time. With 7.6 million of us in the UK with gym memberships, it would appear image is everything.
When it comes to like events like expos and stuff like that, I know for a fact that I've got to get my body ready for it. So if I don't, if they see me and I don't look as good as what I did in my videos, they'll be thinking, well, this training doesn't work.
But when does it all get too much?
Probably had quite bad body dysmorphia, when I started training.
In this documentary, I want to find the ins and outs of male body image and what is making them so obsessive about their looks. Whether it's the use of steroids.
We've got one guy here that's using so many steroids, he's actually been put on a methadone script to actually wean him off of the steroids.
Social media.
A few idols where you can see a photo of they've uploaded, and then you can see a photo where one of the friends have uploaded and they look completely different.
Or peer pressure.
Kind of want to outdo each other. If he goes up in weight, then I've got to up my weight again.
You want to be the strongest, you want to be the man. And I think that's what pushes a lot of things in the gym. You want to be bigger and better than your peers.
Follow me on this journey about obsession with perfection. Firstly, I travelled to Sheffield to meet a fitness YouTuber as I wanted to discover whether the people behind the camera really are as confident as they make out, or do they still suffer from a level of self-consciousness.
I kind of wanted to share to people like how much confidence you can actually get from being to the gym. I also wanted just to share my journey and try and improve my physique, but also try and improve other people's physique and just help them out whatever they needed with the gym. And through YouTube, it's a platform where you can actually engage different people and help them out whatever they want to know about fitness and stuff like that. It's also a way of expressing yourself as well. There's a lot of things you don't see behind YouTube, especially in the fitness industry, where a lot of people don't actually, as much as you think vlogging is real life, a lot of it, as soon as the camera turns off, they're a completely different person and they've got a different persona about them. Like it's a catwalk model type thing. You just, behind the scenes, you've got so much attitude and bitching and constantly battling against each other, and not many people realise that in the media. They just see a camera, see a vlog, and they think that's the person. There's a few idols where you can see a photo of they've uploaded, and then you can see a photo where one of the friends have uploaded and they look completely different. Just to make them look better, it's like a false thing that we're trying to do, and it's through social media that's making them do that. Currently there's like people like Zac Efron, who used to be really, really skinny and kind of like that's what girls wanted, but then as time's gone on, he's gone really muscular. Through all the social media, through what basically the male image is perceived now, it's kind of like everyone's going to try and look like that.
By photoshopping and adding filters to our selfies, we can create the perfect image we want our friends to see. But can image also get tied up with peer pressure? Best friends Alfie, Jack and Joe admit when they go to the gym, there is a slight bit of competition.
Aspects of motivation as well, because you've got them pushing you harder all the time, so they're trying to get you to lift heavier and go that one more, and also you kind of want to outdo each other. So if he goes up in weight, then I've got to up my weight again. So it's good. It's a good drive. Like when we first started going, and then you hear people going like, "God, you've been hitting gym and stuff." It's only little, but you go, people are noticing now, so I must be doing something right. If you've got people like I did in school making comments because you don't look great or whatever, then it does have effect on your self-esteem. So if you can, I don't know, coerce, if you like, a little bit of self-esteem through compliments, then why not do it?
Striving to be the biggest and the best can sometimes take its toll on the body. Along with the increase of gym memberships, the rise of the nutrition and supplement industry has grown in the last 10 years. But what about if this isn't enough for males? Britain is experiencing an epidemic of anabolic steroid use amongst young men. The crime survey for England and Wales found that just under 600,000 people a year take the drugs. As they are so heavily reported in the media of how dangerous they are, I went to find out from an ex-steroid user who wanted to remain anonymous about his experience using steroids.
Overall, yeah, I love them. You shoot up in confidence, but then the side effects can equally knock you down. Like I can always tell if I'm taking a different thing. Like I know that one certain thing gives me really bad road rage, and it's the point where you're walking around and you do feel different. They've probably changed how I was as a person, going from someone who's quite insecure to not being insecure. So I kind of have them to thank for that. Like it'd be hard to go back to the gym and not use them. I know I'll have to go back and train naturally for a while, but definitely I would depend on them.
With Bradley sharing a positive experience using steroids, I wondered why they are portrayed so negatively in the media. I travelled to Basildon to meet a steroid expert who works with users at Open Road charity that provides support for people affected by drugs and alcohol.
Across Essex, Open Road, we do one new assessment every single day for a steroid user, a new steroid user. The people coming through, they're getting younger, which is the danger. Okay, you know, nobody should be using steroids under the age of 22, 24 years of age. The brain and their bones and their body isn't properly formed. We've got one guy here that's using so many steroids, he's actually been put on a methadone script to actually wean him off of the steroids. He's the same height as me, he's twice as wide as me. You can see where he's had an axe through his head 4 times, where he's been chopped about. He is like this, literally, his arms are absolutely massive. He sees no wrong. He said, I've never used drugs, I've never used alcohol, I've never been in trouble with my life in the police, I've never been nicked. So why can't I use steroids? The fact is that he's 3 years younger than me, he's had 4 heart attacks, says that you need to stop using steroids.
Currently, steroids are illegal to distribute in the UK, but they're easily accessible online. With websites such as these that look like any other online retailer, are they just as trustworthy?
People are always going to be naive to stuff they haven't looked into as much as I have, so I've just learned to accept it. People don't trust buying from online because there's loads of websites, but I found that it's just as trustworthy.
Steroids, unfortunately, we don't know what you're buying. You're buying it on the internet. It's not like going to the doctors and being prescribed a steroid for your health reasons. You're buying an anabolic steroid from the internet that you don't know where it's been made, how it's been made, who it's been tampered with. You don't know if it's got nut oil in it and whether you're allergic to nut oil. There's so many dangers of how it's sold, it's unbelievable. So like you can read really good steroid websites, and they'll have brilliant feedback. And you think, oh my God, this is a really good site. It doesn't say where that feedback comes from. It doesn't say how old the person is. It could be a 14-year-old writing it that's never used steroids in their life, that knows something about their dad using it. Said, you know, I think I'm going to promote it. It could be somebody that's making the steroids that's writing it all. It's not genuine.
It would seem with 21st century pressures, males may have to portray a perfect image. As a result of this, steroids have become increasingly popular with the younger generation. Although, it is questionable whether the use of steroids are really worth the risk, as it can be detrimental to the user's health.
You have, you'll have doctors and the medicine industry telling you that steroids are bad, don't do them, they're going to kill you. But then you have the fitness industry kind of trying to promote them and say they're okay.
Yeah. I've been tempted to try steroids, I've been tempted to try injectables and orals, but from what I've actually gained from the 3 years of training and from what I can actually gain naturally, it's not worth the risk.
And I didn't know a lot about them. I just kind of knew what I'd been told, with the other mainstream media. I was against them. For me, it's always been in my head anyway. I knew I was going to do it, so it's just a case of when I'm going to do it and how to do it.
If you're not a confident person in life and you're looking at someone as your hero or to be like, and you're looking at them thinking, I want to be like them, and they're using steroids, you're going to go that same route. There's so many different things that go wrong with using too many steroids. It's probably worse than the illegal drugs that we deal with. We know what we're dealing with there, but there's over 4,000 different steroids. It's huge. I'm going to have to say, steroids is not the way to go.